morning. As president of St. Mary of the Woods College, it is my pleasure to welcome you to these ceremonies and to open the college 191st commencement ceremony. Please remain standing as I invite Dr. Zach Selby, Assistant Professor of Theology, to offer our invocation this morning.
If you will, please pray with me. Provident God, hear our prayer. Today we ask for blessings on these graduates as they begin a new phase in each of their journeys. We remember that your providence envelops us all in your plans and designs for our lives. And we ask that each of these graduates are reminded of the support they've received from friends, from family, and from all parts of the college. We also ask that we are all reminded of the love and support that we are called to offer one another. As they join the ranks of the alumni who have left these woods to carry on the mission of this college, we ask that you preserve their spirits and preserve the spirit of Mother Theodore in them. To remember that love is the greatest commandment, and that, as Mother Theodore says, yes, above all things, justice. We offer our thanks for these graduates, for their commitment to their education, and for the gift of life that enables us all to share in this joyous day. In the Lord's name, amen.
Thank you, Zach. You may be seated. In total, this 24-25 academic year, St. Mary of the Woods College is graduating 364 students, 60 with a certificate, 7 with associate degrees, 226 with bachelor degrees, 66 with master degrees, and our first 4 graduates from the PhD in Global Leadership program. These graduates come from 31 different states and 1 foreign country, which is Japan. Today we are celebrating the accomplishments of our students over 2 ceremonies with nearly 250 in attendance, and many additional ones are watching at home through our live stream. Regardless of where you are and your loved ones are at, we are excited to recognize your graduation and completion of this journey at the Woods. I'm pleased to introduce members of the Board of Trustees who have joined us today to confer the degrees. I'm going to ask the trustees that are on the platform if they would please stand to be recognized. We are grateful to these men and women who share their time and talents with St. Mary of the Woods College. Let's recognize them. And you may be seated. Other members of the ceremony will be introduced during the course of the program. This year we are privileged to have campus student Jonathan Hayden, who was nominated by his faculty members and selected by the committee to offer our commencement address. Jonathan is from Linton, Indiana, and is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree in theology. John is also a student athlete and a devoted advocate for his peers as an academic mentor and campus leader. He will continue his academic journey this fall at Western Michigan University, pursuing a graduate degree in philosophy. His commencement address, "To Dance with Fire, a Soul's Confession of Transformation," is not just a farewell, it is a confession, a call to a flame, to act courageously in difficulty, to listen when silence speaks, and to find meaning in life's mystery. Congratulations, Jonathan, on being chosen to speak today. We look forward to your speech.
Before we begin, take a moment to remember who you are, most deeply. Cut through the noise and lay down the praise, and ask the silent, who am I? Now, if you would, walk with me through this, not as spectators, but fellow travelers. Here we are, standing on the edge of something sacred, something not meant to be explained, but felt. So let me be clear, this is not a performance. It's not a polished speech. I don't believe in those. I come to speak to your heart with something vulnerable and alive. That is what the heart understands. And what good would it do if I stood here spilling some polished nonsense that skips over the heart? Perhaps that shows the heart longs for more than simply praise. The heart is personal. So allow me, if only for a moment, to meet you personally. Well, what do I mean by personally? I mean as a human being, because that is what you are. But we've seemed to have lost sight of ourselves as human beings. We've come to believe we're nothing more than clumps of neurons, or primal animals locked in a fight in survival in some sense. And that's simply fiction as far as I'm concerned. You're a spiritual being. You carry something far deeper than pleasure or survival. And you know this too, you feel it. Even when you're in the comfort of your own room, scrolling endlessly away on your phone, wasting away in your bed. But why? Why do you feel like you're wasting away? You have comfort, you have pleasure. Why do you feel so empty? It's because something deeper leaps at the core of your existence. It's something more fundamental than pleasure or survival. It's in the depths of your soul, you could say. It's hinting at you. You know that small voice in the back of your mind? It's the still, small voice. It's the one that pangs you when you go in the wrong direction, trying to tell you something you need to know. Tell me, have you ever truly silenced yourself enough to listen to it? I mean, really listen. Has it called you forth? Beckoned you towards something unknown, yet undeniably real? Perhaps a place you fear to go? Why do you silence it? Because it's too difficult? Because it demands all your suffering and confusion? Because it's telling you something you're afraid to hear? And you chose the easier path, didn't you? The comfortable path. I understand. I've been there too. And maybe you felt the quiet ache of being called for something more. But is this comfortable path really the end? Is this what the small voice called you toward? Are you here because it's what you're supposed to do? Because it's what everybody else does? Is this really where you find your life's adventure? In the noise of the crowd? In the safety of the herd? Is that all you are? All you'll ever be? What is it about the small voice that beckons you forth? Why does it urge you away from the known path? Why does it gesture to you, this way? This is where you must look. We are called, not by chance, nor by passion, but by something infinitely deeper, by divine providence. Do you understand the weight of that? Providence isn't something you use to your own advantage. It's not a convenience. It's a summons. Providence is a way of being. It is here, a lived reality. It's the hand outstretched you refuse to take. It's the path you hesitate to walk down. It's the road less traveled by. But how can you expect to find providence if you don't answer its call? But take heart, it does not abandon you. It waits, patiently, silently, in a still, small voice. Don't you see? You're made to embrace with courage the terrible crucibles of life, to hear the earth's bellows, to feel the weight of existence for the greatest love of one another. Your dearest friends and family, your neighbors, and even your enemies. Why do you think God never explained Job's suffering? Instead, he answers him with a storm. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? That was the answer. It's because suffering is transformative. It's the fire that purifies you. But you don't understand. You cannot understand it until you've walked through it. That's why the small voice is terrifying. It holds the weight of the unknown, the call to a life beyond comfort, beyond pleasure. Do you see? Through suffering, we are called beyond ourselves. But we are not alone. Others have walked the path before us. They heard the knock of providence on their door, and they opened it. Now, it is time for our journey. But after all that, after the call, after the storm, where do you start? Well, you start with your own heart. Tell me, how often have you lied to yourself? When you avoided that uncomfortable conversation? When was the last time you removed the mask and stood in the mirror face to face with the real you? And what about someone you love? When was the last time you told them? When was the last time you held them and said, "It's okay, I understand you as you are. I am here with you"? Have you truly listened to them? I know I have failed before to truly listen, taken the love given to me for granted. And we don't understand it until it's gone. This is your life, it's your existence. You have dreams, do you not? You feel that pain and love, anger, defeat, and grief spilling out through sopping tears in those dark and dreadful nights. You feel the ecstasy of embracing your loved ones after a school year. How about when you interlock hands with your lover, your heartbeats matching rhythm? And how about your family? When you watch the wonder dance in your little brother or sister's eyes, their innocent curiosity about the world stirring that sense of nostalgia within you, some longing for what it once was. Yes, that too must end. You see, we were once children, but the world turns, and we grow, and our story must come to an end. The final word of the book is read, and there are no more pages left to turn. And you close the book, moved by the great adventure you lived through. But the greatest stories are not nostalgic. They're transformative. And every truly great story must first be marked by fire. Great stories are forged in fire, and their price is always sacrifice. All heroes must die before they rise, and you're no exception. You too must pass through the fire. And perhaps you know of a great story like this. The greatest story ever told. The greatest story ever lived. A carpenter. A teacher. He stepped into the terrible unknown, into the barren desert, into death. He bore the weight of love, and he gave everything. And then he rose. But he did not rise to stand alone. He rose to hand the fire to you. He rose to send you forth. Not to play it safe, not to blend in with the crowd, but to burn brightly, to walk into every dark and desolate place and carry the flame that was lost. And now, it's your turn. Yes, you will fall, we all do, but we must remember to rise again. No, you must rise again, or there is no journey. That is faith. You must have faith in the journey forward, even when you question everything. But there is hope. You wouldn't be called forth if you didn't have the gifts you were given. I mean, there is only one you. Only one story you can tell. It's yours. And in the grandness of this world, this infinite universe, your story matters. And you may look back at yourself years from now and think, wow, look how much I've changed into someone completely new. And that's when you know it was worth it. But do you see? Your story must first begin. So that's why you're here today, class of 2025. The word commencement does not mark the end. It means to begin. And oh, have we only just begun? And this is our beginning. Now, go. Set the world ablaze with your dancing flame in an age starving for its light. Embrace the adventure that awaits you. Now listen. Listen. Do you understand? They say God reveals himself in the silence. Do you hear it?
Another round of applause for our student speaker, Jonathan Hayden, this morning. At the center of any academic institution is its faculty, those women and men who have dedicated their lives to learning and who have helped to mold the collective futures. At this time, I would like to acknowledge faculty members who received awards at the 2025 Faculty Appreciation Reception this April. The Sister Mary Joseph Pomeroy Faculty Excellence Award for Teaching was awarded to Dr. Doug Sperry, Professor of Psychology. Doug, if you would please stand. The Sister Mary Joseph Pomeroy Faculty Excellence Award for Service was awarded to Dr. Crystal White, Director of the Master of Science and Nursing Program. Crystal, if you would please stand to be recognized. Congratulations to these fine faculty members for their outstanding work. Let's give them another round of applause. Each year, the Maud Helm Rockwell Medals for Superior Scholarship are given to the graduates of the campus-based program with the highest academic grade point average. This year, there is a six-way tie for the highest GPA. This year's winners of the campus-based program for the Rockwell Award are Rachel Davis. And as I say your name, if you want to begin making your way to the stage, please. Rachel Davis. Jordan Dowd. Nina Eglin. Lily Gindel. Bailey Meidel, and Madison White. Lynn Olinsky from the class of '76 and president of the Alumni Board of Directors will introduce the recipient of the 2025 Alumni Leadership and Service Awards. Lynn?
Good morning. Leadership and service are essential elements of St. Mary of the Woods College education. The college values development of leadership skills and seeks to instill and nurture a commitment throughout the college community. This year's undergraduate student recipient of the Alumni Leadership and Service Award embodies a commitment to serve others. This graduate's commitment to serve focused on building a campus community that was supportive of one another. As an incredible active student, she found time to establish and lead an organization that she promoted student professional aspirations while also creating engaging opportunities. Through volunteer work, campus-wide initiatives, and professional development opportunities, the recipient led extensive programming that enriched the lives of their Woods colleagues. From graduate school mock interviews to alpaca yoga, or from campus trash cleanup days to puppy kissing booths during the final week, it is undeniable that her leadership enhanced the student experience. It is my pleasure to present the 2025 Alumni Leadership and Service Award to Deborah Murphy. Deborah is a biology major from Versailles, Indiana. She will be continuing her studies as a student of veterinary medicine at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Congratulations, Deborah.
Lynn, you're not done.
All right. Each year, St. Mary of the Woods College Alumni Association recognizes a member of the faculty who has demonstrated outstanding leadership results and added benefits for our students. In April, the 2025 Alumni Faculty Leadership Award was presented to Dr. Doug Sperry, Professor of Psychology. Dr. Sperry, please stand. On behalf of the SMWC Alumni Association, I congratulate and thank Dr. Sperry for his outstanding leadership and service to our psychology students and the college. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lynn. We will now proceed to the awarding of degrees. The Board of Trustees Chairperson, Alice Shelton, from the class of '86, will confer the degrees, and Dr. Janet Clark, our provost, will present the candidates for degrees. The graduation candidates kindly request that you please remain in your seats so that everyone can view the graduates. Also, if you would please hold your applause until all names have been read in each category of degrees. Alice?
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise? By virtue of the power vested in me, in the name of the Board of Trustees and the faculty of St. Mary of the Woods College, I hereby award the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
Caitlin Carpenter, cum laude. Rachel Chantel Davis, summa cum laude. Hannah Everidge, cum laude. Lucia Yvonne Frutinik, summa cum laude. Olivia Grace Grieve, cum laude. Jonathan Michael Hayden, magna cum laude. Kaylee Lowe, cum laude. Sierra Marie Mitchell, summa cum laude. Kanon Miyake. Aaliyah Rosemary Orton, summa cum laude. Blaine Edward Powell. Rosalyn M. Ryder. Let's congratulate the Bachelor of Arts.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please rise? By virtue of the power vested in me, in the name of the Board of Trustees and the faculty of St. Mary of the Woods College, I hereby award the degree of Bachelor of Science.
Madeline Grace Abels, cum laude. Jasmine Nicole Anderson, cum laude. Shay Maddox Andrews. Jaden K. Don Arroyo. Cameron Atchison. Colby Beckwith. Courtney Bedwell. Alexis Bender, summa cum laude. Haley Eileen Boardman, cum laude. Zoe Boatman. Lillian Dawn Boughton, magna cum laude. Caitlin Claire Bowersock. Sophia Lynn Boyle, cum laude. Mariah Lorraine Brown. Diamond Ambria Nicole Bryant, magna cum laude. Delaney Grace Bushhorn, cum laude. Joynelis Caminero Santiago, candidate, magna cum laude. Brittany Joy Kaplinger, cum laude. Thomas Wayne Chapman, cum laude. Cassandra D. G. Clark, summa cum laude. Allison Ann Cloutier, magna cum laude. Bryce Wesley Coley, summa cum laude. Brevin Dale Cooper. Kaylee Joanna Cottom, cum laude. Madison Ann Courtney, magna cum laude. Darcy Justine Cox, summa cum laude. Kiara Elise Cox. Brady Jean Creasy, cum laude. Ashlyn Joe Daniels. Holland Josie Doherty, cum laude. Jordan Elizabeth Dowd, summa cum laude. Braden Eddington. Braden is receiving dual degrees today with a Bachelor of Science and a certificate. Nina Eglund, summa cum laude. Christopher Ellis. Lillian May English. Faith Suzette Featherston, magna cum laude. Ezekiel Fernandez Caruncio, summa cum laude. Emily Lynn Fitzwater, magna cum laude. Rachel Elizabeth Foy, candidate, magna cum laude. Madison Nicole Fugger, candidate, magna cum laude. Alondra Sofia Garcia Alicea, cum laude. Lily Marie Gendel, summa cum laude. Hope Gillespie, magna cum laude. Lainey Elizabeth Glass. Jose Andreas Gomez. Benjamin William Goshen, magna cum laude. Haley Julia Gregory, magna cum laude. Gok Denise Gumas, summa cum laude. Isaac Logan Hale. Isabel Ann Hansen, cum laude. Natalie Marie Harkreiter, cum laude. Alexandra Von Harpole. Hannah Harvey, summa cum laude. Mackenzie Ann Haviland, summa cum laude. Alexandra Isabel Hernandez, cum laude. Madison Lee Hill, magna cum laude. Tehran Hogue. Justin J. Hopkins. Emily House, candidate. Dylan Allen Ingle, cum laude. Isabella Marie Inman. Andre Marcel Irvin Jr., magna cum laude. Desmond Wayne Jett. Devron Lee Johnson. Gregory Johnson II. Brooklyn Jones, magna cum laude. Keandre Darnell Jones, magna cum laude. Alexis K. Aloha Peole Aiko Keoho, cum laude. Christy Lynn Keys. Michelle Killian, cum laude. Victoria Grace Lee, cum laude. Savannah Elaine Lewis, magna cum laude. Taylor Long, candidate, magna cum laude. Elise Renee Lowe, magna cum laude. Emma Ray Lynch, cum laude. Megan Marie Manleaf. Hunter Allen Martin. Preston Alexander Martin, candidate. Herschel James Maddox, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Page McCurry. Hope Brashay McGuire. Nathan David McIntyre. Corey Michael Miller. Michaela Nicole Mills. Bailey Mitchell, summa cum laude. Faith Catherine Molnar, summa cum laude. Evelyn Grace Morales, cum laude. Shermar Moss. Deborah Murphy, magna cum laude. Nikita Ann Neal. Jenna Renee Noblet, cum laude. Chase Stephen Knuckles, cum laude. Hannah Nicole Payne, magna cum laude. Kylie Morgan Pulfrey, candidate, magna cum laude. Riley Blaine Pender, cum laude. Jillian Marie Perry, magna cum laude. Austin Petrillo. Lucy M. Persley. Madison Razor. Vivian Reese. Alexis Rose Richardson, summa cum laude. Madeline Marie Riggs, cum laude. Jocelyn Rivas Chavez. John A. Rochelle IV, cum laude. Anthony Jordan Scales. Mercedes Adeline Schemmel. Victoria Cade Shopmeyer, cum laude. Carly Mariah Sejol, cum laude. Chloe Elizabeth Shepard. Isaiah Sims. Laura Beth Skaggs. Alec Austin Smith. Jordan Scott Smith. Laura Snow. Avery Grace Stein, candidate, cum laude. Kylie Marie Stepp, cum laude. Dylan Ray Stillwell. Paige Strange. Sarah Catherine Tangen. Destiny Denise Lee Thomas, summa cum laude. Landon Gregory Thome. Kennedy Danielle Trigg, cum laude. Annalisa Nicole Weilhammer, cum laude. Justin Darren White II. Madison Lee White, candidate, summa cum laude. Caitlin Thralls Whitford, cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Wilson, summa cum laude. Ashton Whitty, magna cum laude. Christian Davion Woodard, summa cum laude. Abby Elaine Worley, cum laude. Let's congratulate the Bachelors of Science.
Will the candidates for the degree of Associates of Art please rise? By virtue of the power vested in me, in the name of the Board of Trustees and the faculty of St. Mary of the Woods College, I hereby award the degree of Associate of Arts.
Marley Lynn Plank.
Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science please stand? By virtue of the power vested in me, in the name of the Board of Trustees and the faculty of St. Mary of the Woods College, I hereby award the degree of Associate of Science.
Heather Renee Parcell, candidate. Heather will lead the undergraduate students in the turning of their tassels. Congratulations.
We are nearing the end of the ceremony, and I have a few announcements that need to be made. Award winners and our speakers should report to the Nurley Atrium immediately after the ceremony for official photographs. Lunch is available in Doherty Dining Hall and Lebois Hall for those that are interested. Now, if you will please stand and remain standing as I invite Beth Michael, class of 1994 and 2009, Board of Trustee member, to offer the benediction for these ceremonies. Beth?
Provident God, we are thankful today for many blessings. The joy of celebrating the academic achievements of these graduates, the knowledge that they've been well prepared to think critically and to become leaders, however that concept might develop in their lives. The dedicated faculty and staff of the Woods who tirelessly guide students towards this day, and the Sisters of Providence, without whom this beautiful, spiritual, and enduring place would not exist. We pray that wherever their journeys take them, that these graduates remember their connection to St. Mary of the Woods College, and that they lean with all of their weight on Providence. We ask for your hedge of protection around all in this place today as they return home. With joy, we thank you for today. Amen.
The graduates will now exit the auditorium. We do ask that you please remain standing in your places until the entire academic procession has left the arena. Thank you for joining us today in this ceremony. This completes the 191st commencement of St. Mary of the Woods College.